how a girlfriend leaving you can actually strengthen her attachment if you act correctly. Let me start by saying, only a certain type of girlfriend in her mature years leaves a relationship from a position of strength, and they all share the same personality flaw. These girlfriends tend to claim you as their possession. During consultations, I often notice that men treat their ex-girlfriend like a goddess, but treating someone as your property is a very human flaw. And it's precisely this flaw that becomes the hook, because if you behave correctly, she'll return, but this time from a weaker position. The exact correct behavior depends on each case, something I discuss individually, but there are universal principles that keep the girlfriend hooked, and I explain those in my videos. My girlfriend left, but she doesn't treat me like I belong to her. Here's what I mean. When she leaves, your girlfriend may feel like she's outgrown you. In her mind, you've become an old toy. But here's the trick. She doesn't throw you away. She puts you on a shelf in the closet and closes the doors. To you, it feels the same. The door is shut, and you don't know where she is or where you stand. You don't see her because it's dark in there, and you don't know if she'll ever come back to play with you. So you act from uncertainty, but she knows exactly where you are. She knows she can open that closet door at any time and find you waiting. In her mind, you're like an inanimate object. You don't grow, you don't change. So if she ever gets bored or lonely, she knows where to find you. That's the model many girlfriends follow when ending things. They freeze time in their heads, and even 10 years later, they believe you'll still be standing in that same place, waiting. That's the psychological loophole, and it's where you can actually influence her. Check-ins. Sometimes your ex-girlfriend peeks into the closet to check on her old toys. If everything looks the same, she feels reassured and goes on with her life. You, and maybe others like you, give her a sense of stability and control. She feels safe knowing that if needed, she can just pick you up again. But during the first check-in, you should no longer be in the closet. This is why I always say, don't reply to her initial messages. You're no longer on the shelf. Her message is a roll call, and you must not respond. Right now, she's checking to see if her toy is still in place. So show her the shelf is empty. The girlfriend starts, searching for the missing toy. When you ignore her contact attempts, this roll call, and she realizes you're not where she left you, she starts searching. She wants her property back, to return you to your rightful place. See how easy it is now to understand when to reply and when not to? Right now, she wants you only because you disappeared. You're supposed to be on that shelf, so your absence creates desire. At this stage, she may try to lure you into the friend zone just to get a reaction. Don't reply. Remember, a girlfriend who left you did so from a place of possession. That imbalance, seeing you as hers, is exactly what led to the breakup. And without that possessiveness, the imbalance wouldn't have existed. That fact alone should give you peace, because when she realizes her property is gone, she will look for it. Desperation and nostalgia. When your girlfriend realizes you're no longer in her closet, she starts feeling nostalgic. She remembers how she used to play with you. In those moments, she doesn't remember you waiting in the dark. She only remembers how good it felt to be with you. But you're not a toy. Though after the breakup, you should act like one, silent still. In reality, you're a person, with energy, with the capacity to grow. If you don't respond to her attempts to reconnect, and you build yourself back up, you'll eventually gain the power to grab the fishing rod, and she will be the one on the hook. Why is the girlfriend still emotionally attached? When she left you, she believed your position would always remain weaker than hers. But if she sees that you've changed positions and are no longer below her, she suddenly feels an unresolved emotional gap, a gestalt she needs to close. And she'll chase resolution until she can push you back into that weaker role. But if you behave incorrectly, you confirm that you're still in the weaker position. And she moves on, closing the closet again and playing with new toys. Once you stop showing signs of neediness or weakness, she feels disturbed and confused, and she wants to reset the story. That's your chance. But it only works if you act correctly. If your girlfriend can assess your emotional position, she knows whether you're still on the shelf. If you haven't grown, you'll forever be like Windows XP, outdated. But if you combine emotional detachment and personal growth, you'll see results. Only growth matters. If you grow as a person but still assign her a high emotional value, you'll continue reacting to all her messages. No matter how much you develop, she'll sense that she's still in your pocket. And since she doesn't perceive her own growth clearly, because she lives with herself every day, she'll see your progress as minimal. Her logic is, if I still matter so much to him, then he must have grown less than I have. That's how she sees it. Lowering her value without growth? That's nearly impossible. If her emotional value drops but you haven't truly grown, it usually just means you've shifted your focus to another girl. That might make a return possible, but it won't last. She'll quickly realize you haven't changed emotionally or mentally and decide you're not right for her, especially if she's ambitious. Friends, in this video, I explained the main hook that girlfriends place on themselves without realizing it. For deeper insights into emotional value in relationships, check out other videos on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment below.